Welcome back, guys, and thank you for joining me in another little adventure here in Satisfactory. This will be episode 5 of our little desert building here. A lot of things have changed. I've dressed up that model factory, and I made the second floor just prepared for the second batch, basically, because at this point we're only making 10 models in there. I want to make another 10 at some point. But at this point, we don't have the necessary power to sustain all of that. I've made there-ish in that hole a platform for the oil. You see the pipeage in there? Yeah, I made it happen. You see on the right side in here? Those are your tasks. Those are mine. This is what we're gonna do today. Old setup. Pipeages. I gotta show you the pipeages because I already put them down. The refineries, we gotta put them down. We gotta produce the rubber and plastic. I'm aiming for 200 out of each, so it's gonna be 10 refineries for rubber and 10 refineries for plastic. That's gonna be the initial set. After that, we're gonna double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever. And heavy oil residue into power. So I've unlocked the milestones in the MAM, in the hub, sorry. We are able to put down the fuel power generation, Mojiki stuff. You see in there, I have 800 rubber. Yeah, I do. Because I put temporarily in there 2 refineries, one of them making plastic, one of them rubber, and just filled my inventory with it because I needed that in order to build the fuel power generation. Basically, once I'm gonna put in there 20 refineries making plastic and rubber, and with the oil extractors and with the pumps working, you're gonna see it all in a few seconds. We're gonna consume all the power that we have in here. Most likely we're gonna start using those in there as well. But we have 12 now. I don't know if I show you that or not, but we have 12. It ain't gonna be enough. I've unlocked also the priority switch. So right now we have priority switches in each and every single place. We have in here at the base, we are able to flip a switch and turn all of this off. Flip a switch and turn all the caterium on the other side off. Flip a switch and turn this Majiki that you're gonna see in another second off. Same stuff for the quartz, we can turn it off. Same stuff for the SAM, which is somewhere behind that stuff. Same stuff for the motor factory, same stuff for the steel factory, and I'm afraid we're gonna have to turn everything off just to power the oil production and the power plant, let's call it, that we're gonna make with fuel. But then again, somebody's been busy. I've been going and dying a bunch of times in the swamp grabbing hard drives. So I scanned something like 10 of them, I want to say. I don't know, a bunch of them. And we got a bunch of tasty recipes in there. Let's begin from this side. I have liquid biofuel right now. So we're flying with that. I took the biofuel from there, which guess what? All of these guys in here are Summers looped. So out of those leaves, Summers loop, baby. We're making double biomass. Same stuff with the wood. Biomass is coming here. Summers looped, double biofuel. So we got a bunch of those. Both of those crates are filled up, 4,800. Well, I took some and put it into this container, box, whatever you want to call it in here. Okay? And then I put the little plastic that I had in this one, just to make the canisters. Summers looped. Because we're greedy like that, I didn't have enough plastic. When I'm gonna have enough plastic, because we're gonna make 200 per minute, I'm just gonna fill this one up, and I'm gonna take that Summers loop out. So we're making the canisters, we put them into the packager. This guy's out of here, going into the refinery, which is Summers loop. So we're making double the biofuel. 40 per minute is more than enough. That water extractor is making only 15 water per minute. Everything goes into the packager. Unfortunately, these guys, you cannot Summers loop them. Okay, good enough. We still got in there 1,561 liquid biofuel, plus another 100 in there, plus 400 in the storage in the dimension leap. And 66 apparently. Let's do it the other way around. Just not to... Perfect. It's done. Caterium is the same stuff. Nothing changed. Quartz, the same stuff. Sam, I think I upgraded that one just a tiny bit. Just to have a little more reanimated Sam in there. I played a little with the blueprints. I kind of improved something in there. Oh yeah, I made this one. So this one I put it on the top of the creatures that want to kill me. And I trapped them in there in glass. And life is beautiful. They don't bother me anymore. This one. So the ramp. I was able to put in there a beam. So that it will look more like those barriers, you know, because I wasn't able to put the barriers. And now it looks a little better, blueprint-wise. Road support, I think you know those guys. We have supports on the roads right now, you know the constructors. And I made refineries. You're gonna see those in action really fast. Because we're gonna start doing that. So we have those with oil, okay? I didn't set the recipes for plastic or rubber. We're gonna define them in there. That's the stuff that I do with the pipes. I show you at the end of the last episode. Basically, it's 3 foundations long. Okay, and then I use the blueprint connect, auto connect. You gotta aim in here, by the way. Something like that. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. Press Q, maybe? No, not press Q. Press something else. Control, control, control. You press control, you press once. That will connect that blueprint. And now when you're gonna go with it, you see how the pipes are following? So that's what I've been doing. Going out 3 foundations and then placing some more. And that's how I made it all the way until the end of time with the pipage. You're gonna see it. We're gonna go in there. Put some glass walls in here. I also was successful in putting our members up. Thank you all of you for supporting the channel. Highly appreciate it. Highly, highly appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. You saw already we improved those in there with the modular frames we make in 2 per minute. I think that's all there is for this place. This is the priority switch that I've been telling you about. So we have priority. Biomass power is the stuff behind. Coal power plant is the, well, the name says it all. And this is this controller back at the base. It doesn't do anything. Base factory is this stuff in here, which eventually is gonna get deleted. And yeah, we're gonna take care of it in a different fashion. Steel factory, you know it. Model factory, you know it. It's priority group 3. After that, requires quartz and SAM. As we run out of power, and these are the oil extractors and pumps. As we run out of power, those guys are shut off first. Oil, it's everything, and oil extractor and pumps is great like that because it depended on this one. If this one is off, that one will be off. If this one is on, those you got an option to turn it on or off. Liquid biofuel is that little majiggy that you saw in there. We don't need more for the time being. That one is producing so much. So much. Summer sloop that I don't think I will need to use all of this animal remains that we got in here. As you can well see, I've been killing a bunch of stuff to make biofuel. So those will turn them at some point, maybe in another episode, into DNA capsules, and we're gonna sink them just to grab a lot more points because I need more points. Let me show you what I did with this factory in here. Basically it's glass, steel, glass, whatever stuff. You see it. I've chosen to do that just because on the other side we got that entrance. I'm not sure I enjoyed that flickering too much. The concrete, it's poking to the window. So I will come back to it and put some accents on it, and I'm gonna close that. I didn't saw that one before, funny enough. So yeah, this is why we have a metal one here. I didn't unlock yet that conveyor hole that you can put anywhere you want, basically. Oh my god, that one is bothering me so much. So that's why we didn't begin with steel down there. Put some railings in here. Everything is the unpainted version. All the machines, all the belts, all the walls, everything. Because the motors, they have exactly the same sheen on them. The unpainted. You see? How is that chrome look? Everything is the same, mister. And let me tell you, it looks just amazing. As you can well see, I wasn't satisfied with that. The fact that oh my god, everything was crowded in there. So I kind of modified it a little. Now we're storing in 2 of these huge containers. The motors, which apparently is filled up, and the stators not filled up yet because they're only making 5 per minute. Dimensional depot in there. Everything is going to that sink, which is hidden behind the stairs in here. A little catwalk just to get up top in there and to get in here back. Maybe I need to access this one. Oh my god, already 5 coupons. Amazing. And here everything is the same. Once we're gonna have the Mark III, we're gonna upgrade this boy and we're gonna bring another whatever 140 out of it up through here somewhere. And in here, why the heck are those different? I don't know. Oh, when I made the stuff underneath. Well, why aren't you making that one? Concrete foundation. Oh, because it's painted. It's painted unpainted, basically. Well, we're just gonna do it like that, and that's it. Everything will be unpainted in here, including the floors. We're gonna duplicate in here everything that we have downstairs, and we're gonna have another 10 moves per minute. That's what I always wanted to say. I put in here some beams just to let this space open because I didn't want it that one to poke. Those two actually, those, because those will poke. We have some railings in here. Apparently I didn't do a very good job with this one because that one needed the railing in here as well. Let's fix that one really fast, please. That one in there. And in here we're gonna go like this. Put the modern railings in here. Zoom, please. Perfect. And now unpainted, please, on you and on you as well. Perfect. It's fixed, see? No mistakes whatsoever. I think this looks kind of fine in here. Could have put another glass wall in here. Didn't want it. I kind of like this. I don't necessarily like that wall in there. I might just be changing it and making it all out of glass. It is what it is. Nevertheless, this is not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is the oil. So let's get to the oil and see what we can do in here. First, I'm gonna get up on that rock somewhere, or that one, and gonna show you the pipeage. Or we could just run the pipeage. I wanted to make it everything high up here, but that meant I would have destroyed a lot of this forest in here, which I don't want to do. That's why we have the platform in here. That platform that it's up there, it's the road, Mr. Mrs. So this one connects exactly in there with that road. Exactly on that platform in there. I brought it in here. This is where our drop is gonna be if we want to connect with that road. And I think I want to have only one road. It's kind of high. But let's not forget that the refineries are pretty big. You see? I put this one in here. It ain't that big of a difference, okay? And let me tell you something else. This is only the first batch of 20 refineries that we have in here. Actually, it's going to be more than 20, but let's get over it. So we're going to have at this level, basically, or even higher, another 20 at some point, and maybe another 20, and maybe another 20. God knows. because we're gonna need something like 1,000 plastic and 1,000 rubber by the end of the game. So this one is gonna grow vertically. These are those pipe with just 6 of them. We're only using 2 at this point, as it was to be expected. This one has 2 impure nodes on it, and this one has a normal node on it. Both of them are 300 maximum limit for that. So we gotta use these boys. Of course, everything is filled up. As I already told you, I had in here a couple of refineries making plastic and rubber. They're deleted now. So we're gonna put our refineries that way in front of them. I want the refineries that will produce the fuel out of the heavy oil residue. And then I think we're gonna stop because stuff happened. I've scanned a bunch of hard drives and I got it. In here. Turbo heavy fuel. So the initial plan was to have in here a refinery that's gonna take the heavier residue, transform it into fuel, and put it in those Majigis power generator fuel generators. But now that we have that one, I think we're gonna stop it in there, and we're gonna use that recipe with the turbo fuel. We have nearby in here coal and sulfur. We can make the compacted coal without an issue. I don't know exactly how many we're gonna need and how it's gonna happen, but I would like very much to have the turbo fuel because it's a lot better than the fuel. The fact that we have in here the switches will allow me to control all the factories from everywhere and just shut them off, you know, one by one, as much as we need them. Now, let's go a little with this one, on this one, should I say, just to show you what I did in there, how I did it. Basically, we have a foundation going straight. I think it's a 4-meter foundation in here, and after that, it's a 2 meters on top of it. At some point, I'm gonna turn all of this into concrete, but I ran out of time when I was doing it, and that's why I didn't do it. I wanted to keep. Initially, I made one up because the base was at that level with the rock, but I would have hit those, and it was looking really nasty up top in there, hanging in there. I didn't know what to do with the supports and anything. So, oh my god. Let me show you the snowman. This guy's dangerous here. Not anymore. What do you think about it? You can do whatever you want. You will not be able to hurt me now. Idiot. So, we got in here 2 sets of pumps. I put them already on all the pipes. Of course, only those 2 will work. Everything is shut off. It doesn't have power. But those pumps, the oil extractors, will do a good job by pushing the liquid until there. That's why that outlet is in there. I put those pumps. Just a second. They're able to go on there because the terrain is not level. But not for long, you know. That's it. Because they respawn. What? Is there another one? Must, or maybe they got out from the other side. But they just clipping. I don't know, whatever. So now those are pushing until there-ish, and the second level is pushing up. Good. Well, we're gonna have more of these uglies soon enough, so prepare yourself. There is one in there. Oh my, so many in here. In here, I didn't know how to make the turns precisely, but I kept with a straight line. Once those are gonna be concrete, they're gonna look a little goodish, betterish, something stuff, you know. But what I really like is that foundation, which apparently it's a 1-meter foundation or something like that. It's exactly above the water. You will not splash your feet when you work in there. I'm thinking at some point just to cover it, or put, I don't know, some beams around here and put the wire, the power wire up top on those beams. Well, in here it finishes. At some point we're gonna continue with this remainder 4 pipes there, because we have in here, And in here, a bunch of oil, which we're gonna need to fill all these pipes. This is what we have in here. Starting from this place, it ain't pretty, but it is what it is. I can live with this, you know. These guys, they had to be somewhere, not summer slope. Put shards on it. So they're consuming a bunch of power. This one, 134. And it only makes 150. You see that line, how it's connected in there in an expertly fashion? Well, this one is doing the same stuff in here with the 150 because it's the other impure node, and that one in the back in there is the normal node. So it's doing the same stuff, but it's not summer slope because it's already, oh, that's curved, amazing. It's already making 300. Well, it is summer slope. So this one 144, oh my god. That one 144, that one 144. So we're talking about 400 megawatts. Only for this stuff. We're not talking about the factory, okay? Nothing like that. It's a bunch of power draw. With these guys on, I'm at the very limit of the power. When they're on and working, because it took a while for these pipes to get filled up in here. It's at the limit. It's at the limit. So as soon as we're gonna plan down, I don't know, maybe even from 5 refineries, we're gonna be up here. In order to have those 2 fuel refineries, some of those biofuel generators were online without shutting down the rest of the factories. Eventually, when I saw that those are working, I stopped the quartz and the deuterium, and we were fine with the power. That's when I decided to go around and unlock all of those amazing power switches and priority switches and all the stuff magic. So this is one piece of coal. Impure, we got some more derish, which I think is normal. I don't know how much we're gonna need. I didn't make the calculations basically. It was too late. So we'll see exactly after what we're gonna put down all the Majigis refineries, how much we're gonna need. Well, basically we're making 10 and 20. So we're gonna have 300 heavy oil residue. Well, those 2 in there are normal, I believe. And up there in the field, we have some pure ones, but those are gonna be just enough. The sulfur is somewhere there. So I'm thinking we're gonna bring those 2 together in here on a platform, making the compacted coal. And we can deliver it maybe even under this rock in here on this platform. If we're gonna have, yeah, because it's a hole. If we're gonna have on this platform, if we're gonna have enough space to put these boys, which are kind of thick, you know. But I don't think we're gonna have the space because the refineries will come until here-ish, and the second batch of refineries are gonna come in here. But then I can deliver that coal in here and making those in there. That means that let's just do this, shall we? Because we need to begin. So we have in here 3 refineries with oil. Let's get somewhere in here. Yeah, I'm sitting good. These are 1 input for fluid, because you can have a solid input as well for different recipes, of course. And you have 2 exits. The exit up top is gonna be with the plastic or the rubber, and the exit below is gonna be a pipe for the heavy oil residue. Okay, let's try and bring this guy in here. I think I want to leave myself some space in here to pass. I think that should be good, but let's align it somewhat with that, just to make me happy. So we're gonna need 20 of these. 10 of them for the plastic, 10 of them for the rubber. I hope that this stuff is long enough. I didn't count it. Turn that way, please. Blueprint auto connect. Are you gonna connect by yourself? I don't think so, but it's fine. 20 you said? So 6, 9. Yeah, it ain't gonna be enough. Wait. 12. Are you sure we're gonna need that many BH? Plastic. 30. 10 for one, 10 for the other. Yeah, we're gonna need that many. I cannot erase that recipe, but it's good. So we put down how many? 4? 12? Shit, I gotta count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That happened. Okay, so that's 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets, 4 sets. Okay. We got 4. Well, apparently we're gonna have to extend this platform just anyway. Well, let's do that. And put down more refineries, I guess. How the heck did you get up in here? And how the heck did you flew off? Well, it doesn't matter. He's out now. Oh, that's how you got off. On, should I say. Okay, he will not bother us again. He's buried under the foundations. Don't worry about it. 4 sets, we said. Okay. 5. 6. 6, it's 18. Let's choose another one with 2. 20. I think it's fine. So we got our 20 refineries. Let's hide that because we don't need it. Gotta take care of this. Chainsaw, please. And I will need some biofuel on me. Solid. Put the chainsaw in there. If you don't want to massacre everything, you switch it on the single mode and you massacre only that tree. I'm not too bothered with that one poking, it's fine. This one kind of bothers me because it's in the middle of everything in here. So let's take care of it. Well, actually, it's kind of at the end. Let's leave it in there for now. Okay, now we gotta connect these ways. That will be our oil input. It's gotta be 10 and 10. Well, there's gonna be a little issue in there. Let's connect them all. I can pump from 2 ways, but I don't know how that one is gonna be because we are at the limit, you know. Nevertheless, I would like to have oil on all of these pipes. Apparently everything is connected 20, so those 2 will have to be connected, 1 in there straight and 1 at the other end. But well, the oil on that can go on 10 refineries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 until that one. So in here, we're gonna have to basically disconnect them. Well, I don't want to disconnect them. I want to know that this one is here, but that's about it, you know. What I'm thinking, it's pump with each pipe in 2 or 3 places, something like that, you know. So since it's 10 of them, middle is like 5. This is the 4th. We're gonna have 1 in here. I hope it's aligned with those. Looks like it should be in the center. There. And at the end. Okay. So with each pipe, the end it's in here. We're gonna pump in here and in there. Come on now. And of course, we're gonna pump in here as well. So this is gonna be the pipe below 300, which is gonna feed into 10 refineries in 10 different, in 3 different points. And the next one is gonna come in here. So let's bring the other one. Is it everything aligned? Or am I being paranoid in here? It is straight. Perfect. Let's grab that support. Put it, I don't know, once in here, for example. And once in here. And then it's gonna have to drop. It is what it is. Let's bring that pipe wedge. That's the other oil extractor. One of them. I don't know which one. And here we're gonna do the same shenanigans. We're not gonna pump from that one, but from that, which is the second line. 3, 4, we said. Let's go with 5 in here. and then one at the end. Maybe one more. Because it's a lot of refineries, you know. Maybe one more here. It's not exact science. I didn't count it exactly where they're gonna go, but let's pretend it's fine. Okay. In here. I'm sorry. Forgot about that one. Forgot about this one. I didn't forget about that one. Or this one. And I kind of want to connect those pipes as well, but first we're gonna have to bring that one in there and then put it in here. But not like that because it looks like crap. We're gonna use the vertical, horizontal to vertical. It's the same stuff, isn't it? Let's start from here and go in there. It doesn't want to. Yeah, well, it's good. It's good the way it is. Let's pretend it's good the way it is. So that one is flowing. Nevertheless, I think it's flowing only what's in here because I didn't start those stuff magics. Yeah, I'm emptying that. So are you on? You're not. Well, you will be on. Operational. That means that those boys are getting power. They're not getting power because the other one is not on. So the consumption for the oil extractors, it's 450.9 megawatts. Amazing, isn't it? We gotta turn it on in here from the main branch. Now, I've been working. I have my perfect line in there. Everything, it's perfectly balanced in all our factory. It's just amazing. Well, you see that blue line going over that line? It's not something I want to see in there. Already, we are surpassing the capacity. So our maximum capacity with the biomass burners is 2,760. It's up there. It's fine. Coal power, 2,400. Maximum consumption, if everything will go on, is 2,600. So we are over the coal capacity. Nevertheless, our consumption at this point, it's only 1,900, let's say. So we're still kind of good. I don't need to shut anything off right now. Well, that's the second and third. Those are the oil extractors powering up in there. That's what you saw. Because until now, we consumed the oil that was in these guys and in the pipages. Okay? As soon, because it's a long ass pipe. It takes time to empty it. So all that oil flew in here and in there and into these machines because they will get their oil if we put the recipe in, so they didn't. But as the pipe got empty, only now those oil extractors powered up. So if we're gonna run out of power in here, the stuff in here will start to shut off. Unfortunately, those we will need them in here. Okay, because I want those and those to cut off. Well, basically, you know what? We're gonna reach that point at some point, so everything is off. We have our power generation. I don't need the base factory to work. I need only the oil setup to work at this point. So we have the same capacity, 2,760, and we are only using the 760 required for those and God knows what else. Okay, good stuff. Time to put the recipe in, methinks. So we're gonna have 10 of them with rubber, 10 of them with plastic. Okay, let's come in here and say plastic on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the next ones, these guys are going to be with rubber. Copy. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. We got the recipe all over the place. So, everything is going to be pushed this way. The product, the final product. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we gotta break it from here. Because that's plastic, I don't wanna mix them up. 1, 2, 3 with this one. 4, 5, 6 with this one. 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. No. What the heck have I done in there? In there. Okay. This heavy oil residue will have to be connected all over the place. I don't remember if these guys are getting filled up with oil once I put the recipe in or not. No. Okay. We're gonna have to power them up first. So the rubber makes 20 heavy oil residue. So we got 200, and the plastic is making 10 for each refinery. So what the heck happening here? Oh my god, they're not aligned? No, this one it's doing something specific here. It must be an issue with my blueprint. Oh shoot. I gotta redo that. Oh my god. One of these crosses is not aligned. That means we have this waviness in here. Oh shoot, that's really bad. That's gonna bother me non-stop. Oh my god, it looks so horrendous. Oh shoot. So the third one, or what? Let's see, these are the first three that we put in. Yeah, the third one is kicked out. That comes from the blueprint. You'll have to excuse me a second here. I cannot live with this. Okay, I made it happen. Now everything gets aligned. Oh, it should be. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Okay, let's take an overview. So the first 10 are gonna make the plastic. It's gonna be broken in there. That line, it's a mark. I don't even know what. 3, so I think it's gonna be fine. For 200 plastic. And this, it's our distribution system. At this point, our magic is in there, the extractors are working, so those must get filled up, and also all the pipes should be filled up. There are times, you know how the fluid has issues in here? There are times when I want to pump from 2 ways. I think this will alleviate all the problems that we have, because that oil is getting in there and we're making sure to pump so that we have enough of this black amazing sludge in here in all of our refineries. I want to put another one in there. Let's go and put another one in there. So yeah, that one didn't belong in there. It should have been in here. That's why it was longer. This one in here. Just like that way. Okay. I'll not modify the first one. It's gonna be fine. But this guy's filled up. This should be. Yeah. So all the pipe wedge and all of those are filled up. Well, the pipes are not filled up yet because I just put that one in there and created 2 more segments. But we should have seen at least one of those powering down. It is. We missed it. It's fine. Maybe they still need to fill the delivering pipes. Fine. Now, let's look at the heavy oil residue turn into turbofuel, because that's what we're gonna do next. Stupid. Ma'am. Library. This one. Select rerun. Thank you very much. You may go away. Turbofuel, please. Turbo heavy fuel. So we're gonna take 27.5 to make 30. That's a nasty ratio in there. Can I have in there like 30? Well, let's see. 30 divided by 37.5. It's 0.8. That's 80%. Done. Each one of them is gonna take 24 coal, and we're gonna have 24 of that. Since we have 300, we're gonna need 10 of these guys, making the heavy oil residue. How many? No, not that one. That's for sure. Not that one. This one. How many of these boys are we gonna need? So we're gonna have 240 turbo fuel. Oh my god, it's gonna be a bunch. 7.5. Oh my god, it's gonna be a bunch. 24. We're gonna have 240 divided by 7.5. 32. Two, 3. It's gonna be 250%, right? 250%. If I put power sheds on them. 7.5 was it? Come on. 7.5. No. Let me out. Multiply with 250. 2.5 basically, right? What is the same thing? 80. What is that one? It is not. Something is wrong. Divided by 2.5. 12.8. So we could get away with 13 of them if I put the shards on them. Oh, you're wondering how I had those shards? I have 200 something. Let me show you. 242. I'm gonna insert a clip right now how I made those shards. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this reference on. The time has come. Sacrifice the slugs. We're gonna use summer sloops just to duplicate our power shots. Normally it's 1-on-1, now we're gonna make 1-on-2. So just gonna drop in here the blue slugs. They're gonna go on the Mark 4. This guy is gonna make 2 out of each one. Guess what? It's gonna be just amazing. We're gonna have a bunch of them. Basically, I'm just about to start that oil majiggy stuff in there. And we're gonna need a bunch of power shots. It was about time to do this stuff. So we're gonna sacrifice all those and we're gonna take a look how many power shots we're gonna get. The most tasty stuff is these guys, which are giving 2, and that one which is giving 3. So yeah, what do you think about the colors? I'm loving them. I'll bring you guys back when it's over. So apparently everything is done. Well, let's check. How many do we have? 243. And I only sacrificed 8 purple slugs because I had to research one just to have the recipe. So I don't think we're gonna miss these guys anytime soon. You know, like, yeah, it's good. So, did you like that? I just put down these refineries in here. Normally they will go straight from there and there. These 5, but I want to bring the heavy oil from the back as well. So we're gonna put some crosses in here. Let's see on this line. Yeah, I think that should be fine. There. Yes. 3, 4, 5. So this will be the connection. Why don't you go in there? Finicky. With the heavy oil stuff magics, okay? We're gonna pump from the middle, but I'm gonna lock myself in. I wanna pump from the ends as well, not only from the middle, you know? So let's make these connections without locking myself in. In here, please. In here, please. And then basically the same thing that we did with the distribution we're gonna do in here. How many of these guys are in line? Normally it should be enough because it's 300, you know, it's a pipe. It should be fine, but I'm paranoid. That one, it has an exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're gonna have one in here. On that line, please. Let's see. Are you aligned? Yes. And we're gonna come from there with the straight pipe. And let's say we're gonna have another one in here. Somewhat in the middle. Here, maybe. In there. And don't forget to pump from this end as well, because that's why we put those crosses. Just to pump the heavy oil everywhere, basically. And we're gonna do the same stuff in here. We're gonna put one, let's say, here. One, let's say, here. And we're gonna come with the pipe from the end, straight, connect this one in there, that one in there. This one in here, and that one in here. Upper view, please. Up top, plastic, until there. Shh. We're gonna have to see how exactly we're gonna take it out of there. There, it's the rubber. Those are the connections for the heavy oil residue. We're pumping from there, from there, from there. Of course, all of them from there and from these places in here onto this line. So basically now we have something like a buffer, if you want to see it, say it that way, or those can pump easier, because if I wouldn't have had this one, the exterior line, this two refineries in here, three, and the other ones in there would have a hard time pushing the heavy oil residue out. It's true. Nothing you can do about it. Now, we're gonna have to have the turbo fuel in here. I don't like that gen, but we're gonna have to work with it. It didn't look how much it's gonna be. 240? No, you need the other recipe, that one. So we set in here 80%. We needed 10, but I only put down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I'm planning to put those guys in. No, those guys in. So each one of them is gonna be sharded. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. So instead of 24, we're gonna make 48. Copy. That's 60. That's 300 between these 5. Are you pasting it correct? Yes, you are. So we're gonna have 240 turbo fuel here. It's enough for a pipe, okay? Logistics, please. Give me that junction in here a little further. I want it on that line. I'm gonna have to scooch it in there in the stone. Don't like it. Let's put it in here. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly in there where I want it. Well, nah, it's gonna touch. It's gonna be like shit. That's too close. Let's try and put it in there. Okay. These boys, I just placed them down so they don't have the power poles. Unlike the blueprints, which I was careful enough to put the power poles in front of them, we're gonna turn these guys on in steps. That means I want those in the back to get filled up with oil. They'll get filled up with oil. They'll start making the plastic and the rubber. I don't really care about that plastic and the rubber this time. Nevertheless, we're gonna make an exit and a sink for them. And then once the middle line is filled up with heavier residue, we're gonna start these boys. And everything in here will be turned into turbo fuel, and these guys will have the turbo fuel in stock, baby. Let's connect these guys amongst them. Batches of 3, okay? So, one in here. One in here. One in here. That's a mark 3, it's more than enough. One in here. And one between these two at the end. Let's identify the place with the missing belt. This one. You're gonna get the mark free lift in your face and you're gonna push all the products that way. I feel like that's the way to go. Because we don't have a bunch of space in here, you know. So let's put in here some storage depot. Two of them. Most likely those will get at the second level at some point in time. But let's just put them in here for the sake of this one. This is a work in progress, what is going on in here. Okay, so at some point, is it the same height? Yeah, lucky. At some point, this one will be heavily modified, I may say. So yeah, it's gonna be like that. I think I want to change this one to exit this way. Let's do that one really fast. Come on. You gotta reconnect the lift, of course. If you do it, the other way. Right? Like that. In there. Oh, you're not long enough, you said. That should be fine in there. And in here. Perfect. We got the entrances for the plastic and the rubber. Of course, I've been exploring a bunch, so I have a little more Marcus and Samus loops on me. We have that one going, so the exits are fixed. Only one issue. I don't have smart splitters, so if these lines are getting filled up, we're gonna have to sink the excess. That makes me think I did something stupid in here. Let's delete these guys. Because we want to think about that one right about now, not later, right about now. What's some sink? Is gonna go. Well, I kind of want the storage in here. So let's put the sink in here. H. A little more to the left. Doesn't really matter where I put it, but let's pretend it's fine. Gonna connect it to that power pole. Now let's delete those buttons. Mark 3. Sorry. We said one in here. Going maybe 4 times up. Why don't you bring him in the building? Oh, sorry. I misplaced the lift is gotta be reversed. Like that. Exiting this way. 1, 2. Let's get up here because it's gonna be easier to align it. I think it's right height. Yep. And the same stuff in there. Exiting. Well, I gotta put the storages first. That one in there. That one in there. Put that storage in there. In there. And that one, I don't think it's gonna fit straight. Oh my god, it's straight. Okay, good stuff. We made something good today. That the other way. That one the same way. Mark 3, more than enough, even for end game. No. In there. It clicked. It clicked. Amazing. In here, I wanna make the smart splitters. So we're just gonna put this one just to anchor the other two. That one doesn't. Snaps for some reason. Well, now it did. Gonna need the merger in here. Going that way. So let's put it somewhere in here, like a Mark 3 here. Mark 4 going that thing. And we're gonna need the Mark 3 lift in here. And the Mark 3 lift in there. And this one gotta be a Mark 3 as well. That one gotta be a Mark 3 as well. Perfect. Now, Okay, then need to do right overflow. Same stuff for this one. Okay, they need to do right overflow. We need the Mark III belt in here. And that's it. Let me give you the upper view. So, the rubber is coming that way. Going down to that lift is going to the small splitter. All the rubber goes in there when the dimensional depot is filled up and the box is filled up. The excess is going to be pushed in that one on the Mark III belt. Same stuff is for the plastics coming down this line from the first 10. Going in there, excess going on the deadlift, down in that merger, and both of them combined, going on a Mark IV belt because you need it into the awesome sink. And the stuff is awesome as it is. We already connected those. I think we're ready to connect those guys to power. So that they gotta go with my little pioneer in there. Not like that. Have we put the recipe on these guys? We did. They're not connected to the power. It's good. Now, when we're gonna plug these boys in, they're gonna get the oil inside of them. All of them is gonna happen instant because it's a lot of pressure on the pipes. You see that? And they're gonna start munching. And they're gonna start making the heavy oil. When we're gonna have these pipes filled up with heavy oil, we're gonna start those, which are making the turbo magic fuel. Now, there is only one issue in here. These guys, those guys are gonna stop when these pipes are gonna be filled up with heavy oil, and they will be filled up with heavy oil. Everything is gonna stop. The plastic and the rubber, they have a way to go, but the heavy oil will be blocked between these refineries and that pipe because those are not working. And they're not working because we gotta bring in here the compacted coal, baby. So that's what we're gonna do next in here. We need 48 for each one of these babies. We get 5. There's 240. If I'm not stupid this time, which might be. No. Okay, let's look at an assembler because that's where we're making the stuff. Compacted coal. 240. We're gonna need 10 of these. Each one making 24. Or shard them, which sharding them I understand for this refineries because I don't want to put 10 in here. We already have the heavy oil. But if we end up sharding everything, we're gonna consume a bunch of power in here. And I don't want to eat from the power that we're gonna produce. We're still good. We're gonna produce with those fuel generators. So we're gonna make 10 of these, each one of them making 24, and life is gonna be just beautiful, you know. That means we need 240 coal, 240 sulfur. Now, do I want to put them on this foundation? I don't know. I think I want to put them somewhere in there and bring a belt in here, lazy belt, because we have the spaces going exactly through that crack. Let's take care of the inputs first. Okay, we're gonna have to lift them up. So if I put them in here, it's gonna be kind of close to that. The lift will look kind of funky. Let's put them in there. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna do this one for each and every single one of these 5 refineries that we have in here. Okay. Was it 48 for each one of them? I feel so. So Mark 1 lift is gonna be more than enough. But I kind of want to put a Mark 2 just to fill them up faster with that stupid coal, you know? So let's put the lift in there. Let's delete the excess splitters. No, not that one, BJ. Why am I gonna have the power? That one is, this is gonna be released. 240 is gonna be just fine on a Mark III belt because Mark III is 270. We're gonna grab that lift. Reversed. I want it aligning here. So all built with the products will come from there. In here, I think it's gonna be fine. And we're gonna bring it from there somewhere. Let's go that way and see exactly where we're gonna feed it from. So we know it's gonna come from here. Well, it's nasty because I have those pipes in there. Nevertheless, those pipes will go up top to the next level, so we can drag a belt in here without any issues. I forgot how much of that was needed. 240 of this, I believe. Yes. 240 and 240, right? Yes. Okay, good stuff. 10 of this. So we're gonna need a bunch of space, basically. Okay, good stuff. What do we have in here? Let's see. This is a normal. Wow. If I put a miner here, it's gonna have to be a little higher because the terrain is not helping me too much. But if I put that, don't you think we're gonna be just fine? I think we're gonna be fine. The only thing I'm interested at this point is the terrain. So let's grab a 4-meter foundation. This is aligned with the grid here. Do you think it's gonna be too high for that guy? I think so. Let's try and put it in there. No, in there. Yeah, baby. No, it's gonna be in the sand. It's not good. In here. Let's not forget we need a bunch of these guys. Okay. So we're gonna cover that node first. Like that. We're gonna put that boy back. Sorry. In there. Let's say that way. Is it aligned? It is. Perfect. Hide that. And now we're gonna have to bring the sulfur. I think it's just a cotella. Lola, you know? Since I want everything to be on foundations because I'm paranoid like that, we're gonna just go with them until we're gonna find that said sulfur. I think it's there. Shh. But I want to be on the same level here. That's our sulfur in there. I think so. Or it might be there. But I'm pretty certain it's there. So in there, I'm going to get into that wall. In here, I think we're going to be just fine. Let's go and see. I don't like these guys which are puffing parts in my face in here. Now stop. Fortunately, some of the trees will have to go. Those guys, yep, is the only way to destroy them. Let's try to aim that way. Maybe we're gonna save the tree. Yeah, capable. Good stuff. We're kinda somewhat missing that one. Again, we can take on those with a single, and I think I will not turn it left or right or nothing. We're just gonna put a miner, I guess, and call it good on this platform. I think it's gonna fit. I don't know. We're gonna see it in a second here. Come on. Don't embarrass me here. Okay, we need the Mark II in there, but going that way. Those rocks, they don't look that friendly. Let's aim it that way. Hide that, please. 240 from the get-go, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, good stuff. It's kind of synced, but trust me, I will be able to live at night with that. I kind of want it in the middle of the foundation. Well, no, I don't want it in the middle. I want it on this side of the foundation. You know why? Because on the other side, we're gonna have the coal delivered on the same, on this other side, basically. So let's go with this belt. We're gonna come back and put the power in. Don't worry about it. I didn't forget about it. Forget about it. For now, we're just bringing this way in, okay? think we're gonna need some more space in there. And that stuff is kind of in the way. Let's bring it on that side now. Are you cooking? You're cooking. Mother lover. Okay, good stuff. Let's do that one again. Yeah, see? Should be like that, but it's fine. Let's stop with it in here because we're gonna have a lot of stuff, and I had the feeling that that one will come through there. So here we are. It's fine. Oh, no. And one more for good luck, please. Okay, so our product will have to go to there-ish. I'm not seeing that pipe. But if I go with her straight from here, yeah, I think that this is the way to go. So I think I want to lower it at some point, but I'm just gonna keep this one up, okay? Okay, good. We understand each other. We need 10 assemblers. Guess what? My merger is gonna be in here. We can already place them. Everything is gonna come in here. Okay, going that way with the lift, with something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. That thing, it's in the way. Really bad. But let's see if we can make this somewhat. Yeah, you see those lines are gonna come one on the exterior and one right through it. Well, maybe not. One. Let's put the recipe. No, 24 only, please. How much power? Oh my god, 150. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I want to stop in here. Good thing with the dimensional depot. 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10. We will not need this excess stuff much again here. Try to keep a clean scenery. That one. Well, let's bring the other one first because that one is kind of complicated. The other one we can maneuver it however we want. I feel like that one I want to angle it in here. I want to avoid this stuff in here. It's ruining my mojo. So, do you think you can live with that? I could live with that, you know. No matter how I'm putting it, it's gonna look bad. Unless I leave that one. But check this one. If I put it in here, the thread is still gonna touch. Okay, because that's the height, you know. Plus, I don't wanna lift these belts up. Because one of them will have to be lifted. So how should I do this? If I put it in there, it ain't gonna touch, but this lift is gonna scream for help, mister. Well, oh my god, no. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing that. So we're gonna delete that boy. We're gonna leave a empty space here. And we're gonna put this guys back. But then again, my exit is exactly in here. It is what it is. We're gonna have to relocate the exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good stuff. Let's put it like that. Align it with that stuff. And we're gonna miss this thing here. Just give it some breathing, you know. Yeah, it's somewhat good in here. I'm happy with that. the curvature is not gonna bother me. I can come with it in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amazing, wouldn't you? That one we can bring it whenever, wherever we want. Let's take care of this one. So, a lift. I don't necessarily want to see those. Okay. So if I come with it in here, pick this one up. You see, it's looking kind of good. You're gonna have that only there, but only there. If you come with the lift from there in there, it's gonna be too tight. Don't like it. But if I come with them from there in there, I'm not gonna see that stupid, whatever you call that one, in there. And it's looking clean. So this is how we're gonna do it. Okay, okay, good. We understand each other. Give me a minute here. Okay, so I connected the power everywhere in the lines, except for that lift in there. Let's connect that lift. No matter how I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be nasty because that one is not properly aligned. But I think I can incline it a little more. Nevertheless, I'll prefer it for him to be aligned with the foundation and have that one curved. That will make it easier for me when I'm gonna dress this stuff up. Okay, I need the power pole here. I need that. Well, that one has 3 connections. Okay, first thing that I need here, it's that guy. Oh my god, I'm missing 2 high-speed connectors. Can I believe that? Oh, I used a bunch of those just to make I don't know, some sort of research in there, stuff majigis. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Let's make 4 of those. Let's put in here priority switch. That one. Like that. The B side is gonna be connected to all of this. Everything is connected in one spot. I wanna start it already. We're gonna say in here compacted coal. Turn on. And I want this one to be connected to the oil. So that when well, I didn't place it right in there. Didn't place it right in there. It should be in here. I will bring it from there. So let's drop this one. I don't like 4 meters. It's kind of tall for my taste. Let's go with 2 meters. And now 2-meter foundation, please. Delete that. No, foundation, 2 meters. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen my way. Okay. 4-meter foundation from here inside the cave. Okay, and now we're gonna bring that one from there in here. Same level, almost same level. Okay, good stuff. So I need to invent a power pole in here. Yeah. Basic. If I'm turning off the oil, both of the oil extractors and the compacted coal will be turned off. If we do it like this, and this is exactly what I need in my life in here. Is it gonna clip through that rock? Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, well, no, like that. Like that. Good. Just to have a passage of a sort in here, you know, enough to sneak that belt in. Okay, now we'll bring it up here. We're gonna have our priority switch in here. It's gotta be like that. A side to the grid, B side to the plant. Compacted coal. Turn it on. It should start working, all of it. Now, it's time to make the mergers. Everything will go that way. Somehow, because those are not aligned anymore. Guess what? I could come and sneak a belt, but I don't want to do that. So, merger, please. Somewhat in the middle will be just amazing. Those will have to come this way. 240, so Mark III belt between them should be just enough. Each one of them is making 24. If I didn't mess it up, I didn't mess it up. Okay. I'm gonna go with Mark III in here. Not needed all the way, but still gonna use it. It's fine. The coal should go into the machines. It kind of is. The sulfur will come. I can already see it on the belt. It's making his way in here. Perfect. We will have the compacted coal soon. That one is kind of close to my liking. If that one happens, it's gonna be really difficult to put a belt in here. So I want to do this. I want to put the belt first and then snap that merge in there. It's making your life a lot easier, basically. I suggest you do the same. Now, I have one question. What is gonna happen when we're gonna double this production? Well, the only sensible thing that can happen is to double that sulfur node and put another 10 of these guys up top. You know? Because that's the way to do it, boy. That one doubled. We have another one for the next floor, and that one tripled with Mark III and another floor. Worst case scenario. Oh, there, but in the back, or there, but in the back. Like, here-ish? Ah, I don't know where. We got another sulfur. Here now. Let's open up. Oh, look, we already have some of it. Okay, good. Let's go with this one in here, that one on the straight line, and keep on moving. This is that place where stuff ain't gonna look properly. So I'm gonna go the curve just to miss that wall, and then gotta connect with that one in here. Hello? Better bring that, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Straight, if I may. Oh my god. Oh my, no. That one ain't gonna be straight, guys. It is what it is. Curve. I have no choice. I don't want to put it into the wall. Barely missing the wall like that, me likes it, even if it's curved. To the wall, no. I took a note when I started the series. No clipping. Okay, these guys, they have no power. I want to see in there the compacted coal coming fast, baby. Coming at 240. At this point, that one is not happening. Because all of those will have to get filled up. So it's gonna be a second. Okay, let's start thinking about the burners. Where the heck should we put that? We're gonna have to leave that pipe somewhere. I'm thinking let's put them in there. Because, where else, you know? Like, how many did we said? I don't even remember. 10, 20? So we're gonna have 240 Turbofuel. Dude, that's a bunch. I didn't expect it that much. Honestly. Let's see. 7.5 was it? Oh my god. So if I double them, it's gonna be 15. If I triple them, let's say only 15. 240 divided by 15. It's 16. Oh my god. Still, it's a bunch of them. Oh my god, so many. I'm glad because we're gonna have a bunch of power. But so much. And if I triple it like that, it's gonna be how much? 15 plus 7.5 divided by 2. 18.6. Okay, 18.6. 24 divided by the 18.6 divided, no, 240, sorry. Divided by 18.6 is 13. Well, between, yeah, it's not right. Between 13 and 16, I choose 16. So each one of these guys is going to be double sharded. It's going to make 250. So we're going to have 4,000 megawatts. Oh my god, that's just amazing. I can barely wait. I'm almost tearing up. Now, let's see. Do I have enough to put down 16 of this? I'm going to miss something. Only models? Are you serious? Oh, that's good, baby. 215 out of 240. Check this one out. I'm gonna grab, I don't know, 100 in my inventory. That one will fill up. And we're gonna have all the motors that we need. Okay, time to lay down 16 of this up here. Because I don't have any other spot to put them. Oops, sorry! To put them in a somewhat organized fashion, you know. So we're gonna lay the land in here. Let me get an upper view. It's gonna look like shit because this is not square. But that one it's on the grid, and I feel like that one it's on the grid as well. What if a guy goes with the wall up from there and brings it straight in here, you know? Let's trade that. Let's trade. Where? I'm lost. Walls. Come here. So let's go with the wall from there, for example. In there. Looks like this one is the highest place in here. Well, actually, it's this one. So even higher, basically. Let's see. Do you think this is gonna clear it? No, 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 no. Come my way. I think we are lucky, boys. Especially if we're gonna make that one 4 meter, just like we love them. Yep, this is it. This is our base. Believe it or not. And now we're gonna have to come with it until here. Shh. Like that, you know? Now it's obvious that that one is not aligned with that one. That is what it is. Life has disappointments sometimes. Yeah, but which one is not on the grid? Let's see. That one is on the grid. That means that this one is not on the grid. Well, it is what it is. This platform in here, well, for the generators, will have to be aligned with that platform. Because that's where the turbofuel comes from. It is what it is. Let's put one more for the fun of it. It's on the same line. It is. So if I really want, I could put a wall in there. Do I really want? I don't think I really want that. Maybe some glass will be nice, you know. Apparently we're getting filled up with that stuff. Could we start making the turbofuel? Let's see how those guys are looking. I'm not sure I can fit 16 in here, by the way. We're gonna take a peek at that in a second. How are those guys looking? Well, they still work. But that one, there is something wrong with the coal. Excuse me for a second. What have I done in here? That guy is not pushing 240. Shit. Why haven't you said so? They filled up with the sulfur, but not with the coal, because I was stupid like that. That one is filled up. It should have been enough for half of the machineries. Okay. Yep. This one is gonna get filled up, and then the rest of them. Well, tell you what. I'm not in a hurry. Okay, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not. Good stuff. We're getting closer and closer to the road in there. Perfect. Do I want to put one in here? No, because those pipe just will have to deliver the next level. Okay, so Turbofuel, in theory, will come in here. In reality, it ain't gonna be here because it's gotta be in the middle. But that one tells me that these guys will have to come like that. Let's pretend that we need a little more space in here because the power connection is in the back, of course. This is gonna be half foundation in. Okay, we need 16. One. If I'm gonna put this one in front of the guy, leaving some space in it. Connect that one back to back. I'm gonna need to put another one here because 4 of them are gonna, well, let's see. So I was thinking just to put one in there. No, surface is too uneven. That's what it said. Yeah, because it's missing foundations. But we know we're gonna need more in there. One, like 2 more foundations in there. It ain't going to ruin my mojo exactly. Let's try it. And then we're gonna decide how to do it, you know. Because like this, I'm gonna have to destroy this trees in here. Well, not necessarily, but otherwise my factory is gonna be jungle factory. I don't want that. So those 2 will have to go. H on you. More towards me, more in the back. Perfect. It is half a foundation. It is amazing. So we have 4. That means 4 rows. Okay. I'm digging it, but yeah, we kind of have enough place to bring the pipe. Kinda. Oh, more in there, like leave a foundation maybe. What if we put 8 in there? Do you think they're gonna fit? I don't think they're gonna fit. Let's see that without placing machine. So 3 is clear as day. That means 2, 3, 4. If I want to put 8, I'm gonna end up in there with them. I don't want that. So I think this is our winning combination here. The only thing I'm not satisfied is that when I'm gonna bring that pipe in there, it's gonna be kind of crowded on half a foundation. So I'm gonna pull all of these guys more inside. So let's do that. In there and in there, leaving 1 foundation in here. Like that. So, no, the other way. Come on now, come on. Don't be like that, please. Don't be like that. In here. And I will do well to put the recipe and copy them with the recipe in the power charts. So they're gonna have to be like that. You don't have to select anything, it's gonna grab it automatically. 1, 2. Let's put these guys in here. Come on now. Three. Four. Okay, and we're gonna have 4 rows. Okay. So 2, 3, 4. Good stuff. Let's put the package right in the middle. Now, I kind of want to put this one in the middle in here. And let's do the same stuff on the other side. Eventually, I think I want to put catwalks in here. just to walk above this stuff. So that will be just fine. Okay, let's put the pipe punch. Are those boys filled up? They surely look filled up. Okay, we can start the turbo fuel at this point. Sorry, going up. Just for being safe in there, you know, we're gonna merge this turbo fuel back in the back in here, so that the turbo fuel can circulate on both lines, somewhat feeding from this other side as well, you know, somewhat. Okay, we're gonna bring it up in a second. Yeah, apparently it's gonna be in here. Nevertheless, first, gotta connect these boys to the power. So, there's the line. Let's pretend that in here is good. Here you go. Munch on it. They're gonna get filled up with the heavier residue and with the stuff as these machineries are being emptied from the heavy oil residue. They're gonna start to pop the plastic and the rubber. Life is gonna be just beautiful. Now we gotta bring that one up there and put a pump on it. Okay, good stuff. Give me that. I should have brought it to the edge. Okay, good stuff. Let's go up in that case. I could bring it up from here, but it's gonna look crappy. Okay, we're gonna go down here with it. Wanna avoid those if I can. So maybe in here is gonna be too much in there. Well, actually, I don't need to avoid those because they will fit in the back. It doesn't really matter. So let's try and put it in here, see if it's straight. No, that way. Perfect. No, oh, no. Stay in there. Straight, please. Is it touching something? Why is it yellow? Why are you yellow? Oh, I think it passes too close to the machine. I'm not worried about it. Look at it! It's all bloody and red. Amazing. So those should be able to pump up 10 meters. 4, 8, 10, somewhere around there-ish. Let's try and gauge it. That's 8. Basically you can put another one because those exits are like 2 meters up, and if you add it, that, well, not that, exact in here, in here, until here we're gonna have the turbo fuel. Nevertheless, what do I see up there? Turbo fuel. Oh, I don't know, it's fucking magic. Okay, let's get down there. It wasn't supposed to be like that, but it's fine. Mark one. The other way, please. Let's put it somewhere. So we said that it's gonna be until there. Let's put it a little lower. In there. Looks just fine for me. What is that for? That's for the oil power plant. Okay, good. For all of it. Good stuff. I'm gonna pump, my man. Oh, it doesn't look like it's pumping. Did I put it the other way? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's shaking. It's shaking. Amazing. These boys should get filled up with the juice. But when we're gonna have the juice on the pipes, it knows it's turbo fuel already. Oh, we got the juice flowing. Okay, good. Let's take care of the power. Now, you don't want to do this. because those, if you put a wire on it, even it's a standalone pole in here, it ain't gonna be fun because it will think I'm connected to a network and it will start working before getting filled up. So what you want to do before starting them up is line your power poles, connect the power poles amongst them, and only after that, when these machines are filled up and everything is filled up, only then and only then you not decide where to come with this in here. Only then and only then you should connect this voice to the power, not otherwise. Okay, good, we understand each other. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this kind of videos, don't forget to smash the like button for BAG in there. It really helps a bunch. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you wanna see more, I don't push those notification bells and stuff. If you wanna somehow support the channel, which will be highly appreciated, consider grabbing yourself a membership. Just take a pick of them. It's like a coffee per month, baby. Let's put it. It was in the middle of the in here. Okay. In here. Right? Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna have to cut these guys. No other choices. Oh, that one in there. That one in there, and I think we're fine. And I think those are pumping enough that we have the juice. Well, it's flowing. Those are still stuck with heavier residue inside of them. They kind of getting empty. I shouldn't have allowed them to get filled up, but that's easy fixable. You know how? Just go on that pipe and flush all the network, and you're gonna flush all the heavy residue. But at the same time, I want this liquid to be pushed inside these guys so that these guys are filled up non-stop, so that my turbo fuel flows, baby. It's gotta flow. That one most likely is filled up, and oops, sorry, burping. It's filling up the pipage and it's filling up this boys. Now, you know, liquid problems, BAG, obsessed. Well, I want to pump from both sides. Impossible because you're pumping only from there. We're pumping from that corner. That means if I put in there one of them, these guys. Oh, we got the biggest. These guys, we're gonna pump somewhat from both corners. We're gonna put that one in the middle of the foundation because that's how it's pretty and beautiful. And when this boy in here is gonna get filled up, not half, not a quarter, filled up. That means all of these machines are gonna be filled up. All of this pipage is gonna be filled up. And this boy is gonna be filled up. And since this one is gonna be filled up until that level, the difference of 4 meters will create pressure in the line. So we're gonna have pressure from this side and we're gonna have pressure from there, provided by those machines and that pump. And that will make it so that everything runs smooth forever. And then, only then, when these machines are gonna be filled up with the turbo fuel, and with that thing is gonna be filled up, we're gonna come in here and make bzzz, and we're gonna have all the powers. For the time being, we're gonna have a little more patience in here. Those are kind of screaming for help. I bet they filled up with the heavy oil. Still, yeah. Well, you can help them by doing that. Just a tiny bit, you know. You don't want to help them too much because you're gonna remain without heavy oil in there. But if you feel adventurous, you can go and do that. Not all of them. You see, that one was fine because pushing straight in there is being sucked in. The ones further have the issue. That's why I made 2 lines in there. That's why we have 2 lines. But it's too much pressure in there. So yeah, That is what it is. You do realize that we have an issue with that, right? That one, it's only a Mark II. Well, maybe now we're not gonna have an issue. They were not getting the compacticle, they were not using all the HR. That's why those were. Duh. You know? Filled up. Yup. Mm-hmm. It is going to happen. Let's help them just a tiny bit because I was stupid. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna take some of the compacticle from those machines and we're gonna manually place them inside these ones. Because you see, these guys are still filled up. They're trying to get rid of the stuff, but they cannot. So we're gonna grab. We have 5 machinery. Well, we're gonna grab 1, 2. Those are looking fine. The ones at the end, usually they are the worst. 3, 4, and I think that's more than enough. Let's stop in there. Is this one a Mark III? Yeah, it is. Well, at least I'm not stupid all the way, you know. I told you I make a bunch of mistakes. So this one should be filled up. It is. How about you? Well, you are now. How about you? Well, you are now. How about you? Well, you are now. How about you? Fill up. Got it. And I have some compacticle on me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, so let's just dump it in there and forget about it. And just like those. And that. And that. And when we're gonna get back home, we're gonna figure out what to do with them. Let's make it the other way around because I don't want to have a bunch of stuff in there. Oh, amazing. Now that one sounds like it's working. The other stuff sounds like it's working. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I don't see yellow lights in there any longer. Well, make me a liar. I see a yellow light in there. Why are you flashing, little one? Oh, because that one is a Mark I. Well, who was the idiot to make it a Mark I? I'm wondering. How did that one happen? Maybe I messed up that blueprint as well? It could be. But those are Mark III. And it's the same blueprint. I don't know what I did in there. I'm sorry about that. But here we go with discharging the plastic now. It's just amazing. So she'll work. Yes, yes, she liked that. Did you like it? Are you okay now? You still have a bunch of that, isn't it? Don't worry, you'll be fine. It's gonna pass. How are these guys going? Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of pressure on those lines. Let me turn it on. Is that one moving naturally here? If it is, everything is balanced. It is. And it's filled up. Amazing. So there, yeah, it's filled up. So 270 coming in there. Okay, let's not forget we only need 240 for this machinery to work fine. If that one struggles like that, that means that those machineries in there are still filled up and they might go up on them. They still work fine, but they're gonna be ruining my power line. It ain't gonna be perfect, you know. So we're gonna do that thing. We're gonna invent in there on that line a smart splitter. And we're gonna send ahead any to the left overflow. And we're gonna sink the excess. Until those, everything is gonna get calibrated basically. Because instead of sitting in here, well, basically they will never get calibrated because those are already filled up. But now they have the chance, because we only took the compacticle out of what, 5 assemblers. The rest 5 of them, they were filled up. So they will push 270, which is only 30 per minute for each assembler. But between those 5 which are filled up is good, because 12 per minute more are gonna come in there and they're gonna be synced, which will make them be empty in time. So I'm guessing in about, let's not say half an hour, 2 hours, that belt should reflect in there 240, not 270 as it is right now. And we should have no excess going into that thing. That's when we're gonna know that everything is working good in there. This one's working fine. If I'm still gonna have problems with the heavy oil residue being trapped in there, I will start by flushing a pipe, a big one, like that segment. I'll flush it, only that segment, okay? And then the same segment on the other side, a big one, let's say this one here. If that one doesn't fix it, and apparently we do have issues in here with the heavy oil, yeah, it's filled up, I'm gonna build buffers so that these guys can pump outside in that buffer and regulate the pressure. But since everything got filled up, I think that pipe segment in here is gonna be fine just to flush it out. A few cubic meters, not, oh my god, that one is inside. Oh, shoot. So it's like 60, 70 maybe cubic meters. That one will help. That one is inside. Have you seen that? Oh, I cannot have that. Come with me. More like there-ish, please. I cannot have that, mister. Not in my factory. Not today. Not this playthrough. Usually, BAG here, it doesn't give a shit how he puts them, okay? So if you look at my other 18 playthroughs on this channel, you're gonna see them. Oh my god. Not all of them are pretty, let's just put it like that, you know? Not all of them are pretty. You have some clipping, you have some stuff happening. You will not see any building on any map. No, ever. Well, this one is gonna be different. I told you. And there is. What the heck is happening? You know what is happening? These guys, oh my god. They filled up. Up. We cannot pump this stuff. And why aren't you? Oh my god, I didn't set it right. To the right, overflow, go sink. We filled up with the biofuel, with the turbofuel up top. That's why stuff is stuck in there. Let's check it out before starting connecting these machines. Yeah, baby. Time to go. We have 16 connections to do here. And the last connection has been made. The first ones are starting to lose the turbo fuel. Perfect. Good stuff. That means that those boys will keep on pumping, these guys will keep on consuming. All that we have to do is create some space so that those down below will not be filled up non-stop, so we're gonna do the same thing in here. Oh my god, we've been playing for 2 hours. A good day today. A good day. 50 minutes of rest per day. We still have something like 22 hours to go until we're gonna take our break. It's fine. I love seeing those lights in there. We're doing good. We have space to pump the turbo fuel. These guys, I'm betting they get filled up. Yup. Yeah, boy, we're doing the stuff. Oh my god. It's 500 each. Oh my god. Look at that. So on this network, their network, because this network is not connected with the network underneath. The power is sitting in here. It's not going down on our network. This one is not connected. We still looks like shit. Everything started in. going up and down until it's gonna get balanced. It's gonna be, I want to say about 20 minutes, something like that. But we're still on those. So our Turbofuel factory is making 8,000 mega. What do you think about it? I'm loving it. Now we gotta push it into the main. That means on that one. On that one. So let's bring it from there in here-ish and put it into the main. I don't want to pass through that switch. Nevertheless, before pushing it into the main, I need to identify it. So we're gonna have the same stuff in here. A is that the way? Well, I could put it in here just to make it nice and pretty. A main, B factory. Okay, good. Connect that one in there. Connect that one in there. Say here Turbofuel 1 because we're gonna have more. Turn that one on. We can delete that. Stuff is gonna work. To the switch. 10,400 capacity. It just blew up. Just like that. What do you think about it? I'm pretty pleased. Not to mention the fact that we have 200 plastic and 200 rubber per minute. That's a huge amount for our current condition. For our level in the game right now, it's a huge amount. It's a huge amount, I'm telling you. But it ain't gonna be for too long. Because, well, to be honest, we're not making a normal playthrough. Because this is not the first time I'll finish the game, okay? So we know what is coming. And we choose always what to build and when to build. Let me give you an example. If you press O, you get this interface here. These are all the parts available to us in the game right about now. Are we making enough plates? No. Are we making enough reinforced? No. Silica? No. Modular frames, I'm only making 2. We should be making something like 10 or 20. We're not making. We're not continuing building smart. 10 motors is more than okay. We're not making any crystal oscillators. These ones, you cannot do them unless you have the manufacturer. So it is what it is. Let's forget about them. We're making some of that. We're not making any limiters. Now we will be able to play with some of this because we have the power. Until now I didn't have it. Okay. What else? That one, we're not building it non-stop. Status, barely making some. That one, we're not making it. Are we making any computers? No. Those will be manufacturing. Rubber, it just came today. It's done. Plastic as well. Circuit boards. Well, now that we have the plastic, we can make them. But I don't want to use the recipe. It's another one more tastier-ish with silica, which I love a bunch. And that one, I think it's already unlocked in the mem with those, whatchamacallit, hard disks. Oh, that one, manufacturer, unable to do it. That one, manufacturer, is gonna come at some point. It exists in here only because I found them into the wall. That's why, otherwise it wouldn't exist in here. And that one we make it. That's one thing. We're not making some items at all. And some items which I needed, we're making way too many. But at the same time, nobody in the first playthrough will make 200 and 200 plastic and rubber in the first go. You know how it's gonna be? You're gonna take a node or 60 and say 30 rubber, 30 plastic, 2 refineries, and make compacted coal, which you're gonna use for a tractor if you're smart. If you were like I was in the first playthrough, you're gonna sink it, and that's it. because that's the way it went. That's the way it goes. That's the way it's always been. But now that we know, we played this game multiple times and finished it multiple times, we kind of know what's coming. We're getting ready. We already know that this is gonna be only a part of the build of this factory. That's why I'm not even sure I want to bother closing it. I need to move that one from there. Outside. Yep. Well. Oh. Yeah. Out. So look at us. We're making 380 steel pipes and 60 beams per minute. Normal playthrough is gonna be like take a 60 iron node, take a 60 coal node, make it happen, have 5 and 10, you know, something like that. 5 for 5. That ain't gonna happen, but one motor per minute, more than enough, baby. You don't need more than that, trust me. At this stage in the game, no, it's gonna be just fine. But we like to evolve in different aspects of the game a lot more than it did, like that and like that and like this, because we know what's coming and what we're gonna need the most. So at this point I'm making, I think, 12 encased beams. I think I would like something like 50 encased beams per minute. Nevertheless, not having the power, it's limited. Now we have the power, so I can double the model factory. Right now, will I do it? No. Why? Because it's not needed. I prefer to use that time. This is my ramp to go in the swamp. To build something else. When it's gonna be needed, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do it. But not now. Same stuff with the steel factory. We can double that. Actually, we can improve it even more because recently, adding here, something amazing popping up. What the heck it is? This one, compacted steel ingot. So out of 2 iron and 1 coal, you make 4 ingot. Do you realize how big that recipe is? Let me show it. Search steel. So this is the normal one. One gives you 1. We're using this one. We're smelting that majiggy. Equal to quantities is giving me 50% more. Well, this is 100% more while using less coal. What do you think about it? What do you think about that? Imagine that. So only by using this recipe in the foundries that we already have in there, instead of having, well, I think it's the same amount of foundries. Yeah, we're still gonna have those 12 foundries, but we're gonna have another 60 iron ingot, steel ingots excess out of that line. Whoa, thank you. I mean, why not? It is just amazing. Are we gonna do that now? No. Why? We're sinking everything. We're not using everything. We still have 280 steel pipes in there, which are getting synced each and every single minute. And 60 beams, which are getting synced each and every single minute. And all of those 12 encased beams. No point in making that one bigger. We already built it for Mark III. We're gonna touch it again if we're gonna need it. Let me think. Heavy modular frames. We're gonna need the pipeage in there. And those 280 which remains in there, I don't think they're gonna be enough. I think we're gonna need more than that. Because the heavies are using a bunch of stuff in there, you know. Let's send that milestone. Motors, give me 200. Apparently I'm gonna need a bunch more in there. What else? Encased beams. Oh, it's taking a bunch of stuff. Apparently we'll have to wait for some of it. Those I have a bunch in here because I filled this one up like a moron. By the way, we're finished with the versatile framework. I don't think you realized that. Maybe so. I didn't mention it, that's why I said that. Sorry. And some pipage. Well, pipage from there. Pipe. Let's unlock the trains. I think I already want to go with the train somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. I should go in the swamp where the motors actually. Give me 50 for the bauxite. Because I would like to build it from now, basically. But still we have stuff to build until there, but coming down really fast. Encased. We need 100 more. Perfect. And pipes. Pipes, we need 200 more. So we're gonna have to wait for it. Let's grab those. Put everything in there. And we're gonna wait for the pipes. So, milestone. I don't know why I selected that one. Just because I wanted to start building the railways. And play with those signs because I don't know exactly how they're working. Never played too much with trains. We're gonna need the Mark II pipage. I really want that. Mark II blueprint machine is gonna be a 5x5x5. Right now, this one that we have, it's a 4x4. And we should unlock that one. I was just talking about you. Computers as well. We'll be able to make those with, guess what, motors. And those, I don't remember what they take. I think we're gonna have to insert those into the loop in there. It is what it is. And then, at phase 7, the game will begin. Basically. Because we're gonna have aluminum. And the aluminum is Mark V built. The hover pack, which is gonna make building this stuff a breeze. Building like that on this level, it's really bad. Even if I have the jetpack, it's kind of difficult to stay in one place and build. You gotta be really careful. With the hover pack, it's gonna be totally different. Everything is stopped. Let's unstop it because right now we got the power. Why are those off? On. Oh, only it was like that. Sorry. Shit. Okay. Steel motor, all of them. Turn them all. Compacted coal will have to be with the oil in there. And those, I think I want them in there. Base factory, leave it in there. Compacted coal gotta stay with the oil. Like that. I said. Okay. Like that. Turbofuel, the same. Actually, that one is power. It's gotta stay on the other side. Perfect. Base factory is this one in here. Then those, we know them. We know those. This one is not even... It doesn't work, basically. So we're making 10,400. And that one became kind of stable. I messed up stuff now when I turn them on and off. But it's somewhat stable, let's call it. It's going to stabilize at some point. 3,410 consumption. So maximum consumption is 3,700. Let's see, 4,000. 4,000. We can play with 6,000. That 6,000 give me the possibility to do a lot of stuff in here, basically. We can make another factory, basically. Let's send the train up. Between episodes, I will send all of this up. There's nothing really interesting in here.
Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo,
Choo-choo, motherfucker. Perfect. That's the best thing in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. 200 of those. Of course, not gonna be able to send it right now because, you know, that thing just left. It's gonna take another 10 minutes to come in. 200 of those. 400 plastic. It's already in there. Yeah, I want to keep those on me. And motors again. Give me those. Amazing. I have everything needed for the industrial manufacturing. I will not go with the normal recipe for the heavy frames, of course, because I'm not stupid like that. We're gonna choose something out of here. Basically, at this point, we don't have anything unlocked for the heavy frames, but we have stuff which is gonna help. Like maybe we're gonna use the molded steel pipe just to make more. It's one steel pipe per one ingot, you know. Throw in some depth. Or maybe we're gonna make more iron. We're gonna bring some water and we're gonna double the production of iron, you know. I mean, depending on how difficult it is, we're gonna see exactly how we're gonna do it. We're gonna need a bunch of these guys, so we have options in there. We can do the bolted, we can make that one the stitched one. I think I had another one in here, God knows where it is, because it's so much. I gotta take time, lay it in Excel on a piece of paper, or just in here, put down the machinery. Once I'm gonna unlock them, put a manufacturer. How many of those frames are we gonna need? Well, normally I would like to have 10, but that's gonna be impossible with what we have right now. Without Mark 5 and all the power, no, it ain't gonna happen. So let's see, half of that, 5. So I'm gonna have to choose between 4 and 6, because you make 2 in each manufacturer. Most likely we will go with 4. That maybe will save me from upgrading that or producing more steel pipes locally, wherever we're gonna put that one. We have all this space in here free. I don't know exactly where to put it. We're gonna see when the time comes how big it's gonna be, because we're talking about 2 manufacturers. Let's see that space, but then behind it you're gonna have an army of assemblers, an army of constructors, smelters, majiggy stuff. It's gonna be a bunch. And then if I will have to do more steel pipe, which is very likely, I don't want to go in there again. That one is gonna be, well, either 2 traces, double that, which is gonna be really difficult because I don't have the Mark III, and those are souped up, so it ain't exactly an option. With the new recipe, I could put up a lot more pipe, a lot, 60 still, so it ain't gonna be that much. It's gonna be like 40 pipes. Or we could do the sensible thing and go in there for that coal. Free normal node. We have in here somewhere, God knows where, in the back, iron node, pure. I think it's around there-ish. We got some limestone if we need it. That one, I believe it's a pure node. Those, I think they're impure, but we should have 2 or 3 pure nodes of iron in here. That one, I think it's a normal one. We have in there another coal node, normal. We just took one, that one. We're gonna keep that one for the next turbofuel. But in there-ish somewhere, there, it's a couple of pure coal nodes, so we could use that. Iron nodes, well, don't quote me on that, but I think that one, it's a pure. That one, maybe that one in there, for those 2 might be pure. One of those might be pure, and that one, it's a normal. So we got a high concentration of iron pure nodes in here, which are gonna help with supplying all the materials needed for the heavies. If we need more pipes, well, we got the coal in there. Just gonna bring a nasty line, put it in there, and that's it. I don't know. Or just put a choo-choo, you know, in there. Choo-choo. Not train, because I'm not stupid to bring a train in there when I could use a belt. No, we're gonna put a track. And the tractor will supply the coal from there, in there. And let's say we're gonna have in there the steel majiggy, and in there we're gonna have the majiggy, which is gonna make the heavy modular plates, frames, I said. Well, all depending on what recipe I'm gonna find and what recipe I'm gonna use. In order to get the good recipes, we will need first to scan a few hard drives. That one, I think it's pretty boring to do it with you guys in here, unless we're doing stuff like talking, yeah, in here right now. But that one doesn't happen because usually we only have building segments. So yeah, well, at least we can put the choo-choo down. We can make it happen. I was thinking about grabbing the bauxite in here. It's here-ish. Or here-ish. Somewhere like that. So it's the closest distance, basically. Because I said we could go in there in the back, grab all that water from there, or even down this on the shore, and make the aluminum happen, but I would like to have it close to my base. I don't want to occupy that space because we got those coal nodes and some pure nodes in there. Around this rock in here, is that? What's a cave? Around this one, we got some pure nodes around in this area. So forget about the aluminum in there. But that leaves this space in here. All this space in here. Okay, we have some nodes in there, but nothing amazing. And that one, I kind of don't want to touch it because we're going to use that quartz in there, that pure coal in there. Oh, there are a few nodes in here, not amazing, but they're normal nodes. Still got an impure copper in there, and I don't even remember what's on this map. I think I should invest some time. Yeah, and come in here in the quarters and make this stuff happen. Basically, I could do it right about now. But I don't want to because I'm lazy and I'm tired. 2 minutes until our baby is gonna come back. We're gonna have the industrial manufacturing. If that one comes, you know, I'm gonna put down a manufacturer and we're gonna take a look at the recipes and we're gonna take another million years in here. So let's not do that. Let's leave this one in here because it's kind of long. Thank you guys so much for being here, for watching this. If you like it, don't forget to drop a like on the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, if you want to see somewhere. And if you want to support me in the channel, grab a membership. Just take a pic of them. They're all amazing. Thanks. I'll see you until the next one. Bye-bye now.